voice of the beat. You know what I won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wah, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we love. For your boy, for your boy, for your boy, for your boy. Hustle for your boy, mix it for your boy. Drop it for your, drop it for your wah, 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 for your lift it up.
Hello. Hey, y'all. Hi. How y'all doing? Happy Monday. I hope this thing is working on Twitter, girl. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm deciding to bring the Joce to Twitter. Let me see, can the Twitter people hear me? Because I want to make sure the Twitter, not only can they hear me, I want to make sure that they can hear the stuff coming through the thing. Can one of my mods, if y'all get on here, I can't see. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying, y'all. I'm learning. But can one of my mods go on my Twitter and see if they can hear? Let me see. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? Hey, what you cooking? One said I'm on a cruise watching. All right, now go ahead on. Enjoy yourself, girl. Enjoy yourself. Why I can't hear nothing? I don't feel like I can hear nothing. Let me see. I think they could hear. Because it went echo, or maybe it's an echo on this end. I don't know what I'm doing, Lord. Ain't nobody in there anyway. Oh, somebody just came in. Hold on, let me mute y'all right quick. Hold on, but you know what? Oh, they can hear me? Can you guys hear me over on Twitter? Put a thumbs up if you can hear me over on Twitter. I don't know if they can hear me. I don't think they can hear me. Yeah, I'm gonna figure it out, y'all. This is not the time for troubleshooting. I'm gonna have to come back. Oh, they can hear me. Okay, so let's roll it out then. Let's roll it out. Shout out to everybody. Y'all make sure y'all follow me on Twitter. I just paid for the subscription and whatnot. Not because I wanted a blue check. I paid for the subscription because, girl, I'm trying to get the Twitter people over here too. Okay, you can hear on Twitter. Thank you, Meek. Thank you. Shout out to everybody in the building, y'all. If y'all up tuning in on Twitter, shout out to you guys. Y'all are just coming in, or I'm just coming to Twitter with the Morning Joce. This is the Morning Joce. This is a Monday through Friday situation where I'm here to Joce you through your day. A lot of people won't know what is a Joce. It's just a way to pass time. Laugh, joke, cry, whatever we got to do just to help your pass time. That's all it is. That's what this is about. So shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to Twitter, Facebook in the building. Shout out to Twitch in the building. Shout out to Rumble in the building. And obviously, last but not least, shout out to everybody in here from YouTube. We do this every day. Y'all pull up, pull over, and pop out because we talk about a lot of things. And today is Monday. Happy Monday to everybody. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. I hope you guys' day is doing well. And I also hope you guys are grounding. Yes, I need each and every one of you guys to ground. Take 15 minutes, take off your earbuds, take off your watches, take off of everything, and just connect with the ground. Get your bare feet. Don't put no shoes on. Bare feet to the soil, not the concrete, the soil, meaning the dirt if you can. Well, really the grass typically, or preferably find somewhere where there's grass or even dead grass. You know what I'm saying? Just find somewhere, take about 10 to 15 minutes to just breathe and meditate and also think positive thoughts. Okay. You can't hear an X. Okay. I'll figure out X. I ain't got time to be playing with X. I'll figure out X. Ain't nobody I'm gonna figure it out. Thank y'all. Okay. So yes, please make sure y'all go out and ground. Please take 10 to 15 minutes. And when you're doing this, like I was saying, y'all, please be sure, please be sure that you guys are thinking positive thoughts. Okay. This is where you want to go and manifest. Y'all ever heard about those parties and things they used to have where it's a manifest situation and they make these vision boards? Y'all put one in the chat. I have myself muted on Twitter. Okay. Put a 1 in the chat if I hope it don't echo. Let me know if that's an echo. Mika, if you could hear in here, please put a thumbs up in Twitter. And if you can hear in here, let me know if anybody in Twitter could hear. But what I was saying was, when you go out to do this grounding, y'all, the point of the grounding is that this is where you're going to do your manifesting. This is where you're going to do all that stuff. Now, we already spoke about manifesting party. Remember all of that they used to do where you do vision boards and stuff? I mean, listen, you are to write down your goals and your aspirations. That is a fact, okay? So please, journaling is one of the things that you need to be doing. So let's never forget that. However, it's not just that one thing. You can't just do it and just look at it and just think that it's gonna and just think, thank you, Meek, and just think that it's gonna come to you. Listen. Faith without works is dead. Go out there, take this time, release negativity, release all the negative energies, meaning if you want to release people from your life, this is your time. Take 10 to 15 minutes to just go outside, let the sun hit your crown, and just breathe. Okay, that's all you have to do. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, slow, steady breaths, and just think. This is manifesting. This is a part of manifesting. And listen, let me tell you something. One thing about spirit, you can't play with spirit. It's like playing with God. You can't lie to God. You can't play with God. Don't go out here thinking in a greedy mindset. Because let me tell you something. If you go out there with a greedy mindset, talking about, I just want to be rich and I just want to do this, and it's all about money, that love of that stuff, that's the root to all evil. If you carry your behind out there with that foolishness, spirit gonna tear you up. I'm telling you now. If you carry your behind out there with that foolishness, spirit is going to tear you up. This is not a get rich quick scheme. This is not what that is. As a matter of fact, if your goals are to get rich, don't do this. Okay? This is not what this is. Now, what I'm saying is, go out there with pure intentions, even if you feel like you don't have the purest of intentions. This is the time you can go out there and just meditate and release those negative intentions that you may feel like you have. And listen, one thing about meditation, you don't have to speak it out loud. Some people can, some people don't. But you can't lie to you. You get it? So you can sit up there and say, oh, I don't have no negative thoughts. But right after that, you is going to tell you a goddamn lie. Okay? So don't lie to you. Go out there with a pure, genuine heart and go out there and ask for these negative things to be released from you, man. And also connect with the ancestors, with your specific ancestors. If need be, call them by name, okay? Either way, this is going to be very, very beneficial. There needs to be an awakening. There has been an awakening, and we're still under an awakening. There's a lot of us that need to be awakened. Those of us who know, you will know. You won't have to ask nobody. You gonna know. But the point I'm making is we have to get out there, and that other key. We got God. We got the Most High God. We got our faith in Him. The other key to that is ancestors. Every single thing points back to ancestry. And that means do your genealogy. That puts us into the next subject. Genealogy. I need every single person out here to do your genealogy. It is so imperative. It is so important. It is going to give you identity, and identity is the first step to freedom. You want to be broken away from these chains? Do your genealogy. I promise you, it is going to be beneficial not only to you, to your offspring, to your family, friends. Have them, tell them to do their genealogy. Talk about the ancestors. Talk to the elders, okay? So please, it's time for us to tap back in. We are in the midst of a spiritual warfare, and I need to get my portion, or my part of the duty here is to get you guys to come on in and start grounding and getting the tap back in. Tap back in. All the answers to all the questions you need to know is in you. It's already embedded in your DNA code. You won't be able to access nothing until you tap in each and everybody. So now that being said, shout out to everybody in the building. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's having a good time. This is the Morning Joce, and let's get right on into it. So now, today's topics, we have a few topics I wanted to discuss. Terrence Crawford and his win for sure. Terrence Crawford, the boxer, he's on the thumbnail. He just won the world title in multiple weight classes. We're going to discuss this godlike energy that's been crazy here in the recent times. Also, not just him. Some young women won some, one young lady bought the track and field gold medal back to America. We're going to get into all that. Listen, God is showing up, and he's showing up. Listen, all y'all worry about God coming back thinking the sky gonna open and clear, Jesus gonna walk off the clouds and come down with his hands like this and a glow behind him, telling you, come on, my child. If y'all thinking that that's what God returning is looking like, you completely lost. You got to start from scratch. If this is what you believe God returning looks like, you are completely lost. God returning is what we seeing right now. We're going to discuss it. Stay right there. We're going to discuss that. Okay, we got that. We also got to discuss Charlie Kirk, more stuff about this stage killer who they want us to believe is the killer. We'll discuss it. A Fox News anchor says that all homeless people should be killed. And it was a Freudian slip. It wasn't a mistake. It is what the elite think about us, period. We're going to get into statuses and class versus race, because it's very important. We got to start thinking like them. We got to start using our brains the way they use the way they use theirs. They study us. They know our behaviors. They know our tactics. They know our patterns. They know everything about us. Now it's time for us to study our enemy. We know him. We know him the most. But we got to start really start studying. We're going to get into it. Also, HBCUs. Remember we talked about all this money that was taken out of colleges that had all these billions of dollars of funding for these foreigners and these, what they call them? What did they call them? Minorities. Now there's billions of dollars of free money. What are we going to do? Are we going to get that money? We're going to get into it. Because Black America probably has the most student loan. I don't know this to be a fact, but I feel it. Black America probably, if not have the most student loan debt, high up in there. Because we all believe success come from college. Okay? And the fact of the matter is, for the large number of us, rather we black, white, green, or yellow, success don't come from no college. But we're going to get into it. We got that. We got Nick Cannon finally realizing that he shouldn't have had 12 kids. Yeah. And then Akbar V comes out saying that she's been abused. Y'all, get the likes up on the video. Shout out to everybody in the building. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. We are getting the channel up to 100K before the end of the year, okay? It is written. I wrote it down, so it's a fact, okay? Once I write it down, how old boy say? On what's that dude name who be going to the people jobs? Once I write it down, that makes it true. That's what. So yeah, we're gonna get to 100K. Y'all come on in and help make history with me and subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? I mean, why not? You feel me? Now, before we get into that, girl, I want to show y'all something. Hold on. I wanted to show y'all something. A couple of honorable mentions. Really quickly, I just want to do something. I want to play this really quickly for y'all. Y'all like the video if you haven't already. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. You guys, get the video out to the algorithm. Let the people know we around here josing, okay? All right. Y'all like the video. Let's get into this video right quick.
Scared to go at them. Yeah. Like it been in history. Everybody got their rights through us. Yeah. You go back in history, you don't see nobody else fighting them fights, getting hit with the water hoses or get the dogs. No, it was us. Everybody else got their rights off of our fight. Mm-hmm. And then they get the privileges and then they start looking down on us like we the problem. Like, nigga, what? Facts. These is all facts. Nigga, we the reason you cracking right now. What are you talking about?
And this was the trick Mike played on us. No, let me rephrase that. This is the trick Mike played in a few others, but he was one of the main catalysts. This is one of the tricks Mike played on Black America. See, once they switched our mindset from fighting, defending ourselves, into being this giving, loving, white Jesus-loving people, it screwed us over. What Martin Luther King did when he came in the civil rights movement was he went and got children. Remember, the people who were being hit and swung at and bit by dogs, they were children. These weren't a whole bunch of grown men and women following Martin Luther King, okay? Now, when Mike came through and he got this movement of these children, he was able to manipulate them into believing the opposite. Don't fight back. Hug, hold hands. We shall overcome. I have a dream. Do you get it? So now that group of children becomes adults. Mind you, this is also the group of children who's getting hit on top of the head with the movie Roots. So now they believe that they Africans and they slaves. So you got civil rights movement happening. Then you double back and hit me with another whammy and say, I'm a slave out of Africa. Now, these are the people who are having children and reinforcing this narrative to their children. Not only are they reinforcing it, it's being reinforced through the schoolhouse, it's being reinforced through the church house, it's being reinforced through media, everywhere you turn. And then we get to our generation. I'm sorry, let me go back one more generation or two. Let's go back two more generations. Let's go 2 generations ago. We get to that generation, you can't tell them nothing. Whatever they believe about whatever they was taught coming up, you can't tell them nothing. Not everybody, but the large collective of them, you can't tell them nothing because they came up and are rooted in this false narrative that we should be quiet, subtle slaves and just wait for our heaven later. Okay? Now, why is this important? Now, where was I going with that? I think I lost my thought. Crap. Okay, so either way, it'll come back to me. But the point I'm making is when it comes down to us with this civil rights stuff, we were tricked, bro. We were tricked. They don't teach you about Black August. They don't teach you about all those rebellions that happened even during civil rights. They will never teach you about that because they don't want that to be in your narrative. They don't want that in your psyche or your subconscious. They want you to continue to think that you are a slave. And if you believe it, it is so. This is why they teach you in social studies in elementary school that you come from Africa. Before you can realize who you are, what your skin color is, what they telling you, you a Black African slave who made it through and just propelled. This is the point. I don't fault none of our ancestors. Number one, most of them were children. And number two, they were misled, okay? These are the hard, honest facts. Martin Luther King's civil rights movement was one of the worst things that happened to us economically, okay? Now, he tricked the kids, because these are the facts. This is going to hurt, and I don't care. The kids were tricked to go along with this movement. Media was just popping off. TV was popping. Everywhere you go, you seen kids getting bit and hit by water hoses and all this stuff. And these people took on that ideology. They took it on subconsciously because they were physically going through it. And once you subconsciously believe it, it is so. Now, my generation is here trying to wake up some of the people, okay, who are sleepwalking, not the ones who are knocked out cold. It's a lot of us out here who are snoring, sleep apnea. I'm not worried about y'all. As a matter of fact, stay over there. I'm trying to catch my people who sleepwalking, who I can tap them on the shoulder right quick, turn them around and say, hey, open your eyes. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm doing, because amongst us, remember 2 generations ago, 99% of us was knocked out cold, sleep apnea machine and everything. Now this generation is here, and some of us are waking before others, and our job is to go around to ones who are sleepwalking, not the ones knocked out cold, to try to get them to wake up, okay? And that's the point. And not just me, your job is the same as well, okay? It's not a one-man show, it's all of us, okay? But I think I went on a rant. But I'm saying all that to say, yes, everybody owes us. And the reason why everybody can look right in our face and act like we don't owe them or they don't owe us nothing is because we don't know they owe us everything. We still grateful for the crumbs. We still grateful to say we made it out of slavery. We don't know it. We say it, but we don't know it. Because see, it's no different from somebody coming in my house and stealing my bike or stealing my car or something like that. I know my car when I see my car. You can't make me share the car with you when I find it. You can't make me let you rent the car on the weekends. You can't convince me this ain't my car. What I'm telling Black America is you've been sitting in your car this whole time. Hello? When you know they owe you, hello? You move different. You deal with them different. You handle them different. You get it? When I know that's my car that's stolen, I'm not going to ask, oh, when did you buy this car? Let me see your paperwork. Bitch, that's my car and I want it. Give me. Keys, please. This one I'm trying to get y'all to see, okay? Like the video, y'all, please, and thank you. Like the video.
So
how do y'all? They don't like your delivery.
It's
not but the message is all a fact.
Man, this ain't DiGiorno's. I don't give a fuck about no delivery.
No, I agree with everything.
And this ain't Burger King. You can't have it your way. Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna be the truth, real raw and uncut.
What you said for sure.
So how do you feel about like these up and coming or these Mexican artists or Hispanic about their new rap style, the cadence, the attire that they present themselves in front of cameras? Like, what's y'all take on that?
We know what the take is. Everything is us. Everything is us. Everything is emulated through us. The cadence, the rap.
And let me say this. I'm so over us trying to prove this to these off-brand people. Listen. Black America, we control the culture. We just don't know it. Listen, Black America, you control the culture. Do you know if you completely take away your energy from these Mexican rappers, these UK drill rappers, and all these other people, they would literally disappear? Do you know how much magic you have, Black America? Do you know that without your attention, good or bad, the Mexican rapper never exists? The UK drill rapper never exists. If you completely shun and dispel these fake quote unquote, because that's what they are. The Mexicans, I told y'all, they are all imposters. They ain't the real Mexicans. The real Mexicans about black as my ass. Okay. But when you take your energy away from these imposters, they literally disappear, bro. Like, I wouldn't even bring them up. Don't talk to me about them. No, I don't want to play them. No, we don't want to bring them up on the topic. They would literally go away and fade off into the wind. Because you are the original. You are the blueprint. Copies never last as longer than the original. That's why it's a copy. You get it? Like the video, man.
Style, the look, the style. They getting edge ups now. Nigga, when I was growing up, essays didn't have edge ups. They was bald, nigga. Yeah. Niggas are getting straight lineups, fades, everything is us. We set the.
You are the world everywhere you go. Every second, every crevice, every crease of this earth owes you, Black America, and only you, Black America. You taught the world how to eat, sleep, dress, be human, wash their ass. The African ain't teach them that. Don't get me there. Don't start me to go there. Listen, you the one gave humanity whatever they know is humanity now. You just don't know it. Listen, there's nothing new under the sun. Everything you did has already been done. That simply means whatever happened in the past is going to repeat itself in the present, and then it's going to repeat itself in the future. So with that being said, if you can look at the past, you can kind of tell what's going to happen now. And even depending on how good your intuitive skills are, you can probably predict the future. You see what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, you gotta understand what is going on here. Everywhere you look, people talk, eat, walk, dress, and look like you. What they have done behind the scenes over time, was just change the names to things, put different geographical locations on things to make you think that you didn't create it. AKA things like the Queen's English. You see what I'm saying? It's just a way to take you mentally. I take all these things away from you mentally. This is what grounding is going to do. Grounding is going to plug you back into those things that they took away from you mentally. Listen, Black America, I know it may sound hard for a lot of us to believe, and I know a lot of the haters going to laugh us out the gym. Let them laugh. Girl, they laughed and dragged for Jesus, girl. Let them laugh. Listen to what I am telling you. If you are the blueprint, I don't care what culture it is, I don't care what race it is, every single thing gets its everything from you. It's asinine, right? I know. When I first thought about it, I said, no way. If you disagree with what I'm saying, do me a favor. I need everybody in the chat to do me this one favor. When you start about your day, when you get off this live, don't just go about your day. See, that's what the enemy, that's what they bank on you doing. Just going about your day, letting your subconscious run your pathologies and you just going about it. Stop and start to pay attention. Pay attention to the news. Pay attention to commercials. If you on Instagram, Twitter, whatever, go find a clear person. Look at them. Listen to the words they say. I'm talking about, you can go to the most prestigious of the clears. They use our slangs. They talk like us. They act like us. You can go to Japan. All of them little clear children in there making fake dreads. We done talked about it over here. There's not a place on this earth that isn't touched by you. Why? Because you are the original man and woman. You are the gods, the jewels of God. But you don't need to just feel that and say that in the chat. My thing is, I need you guys to know that. See, I know it. I see it in us every single day. I see it in the worst of us. In the worst of us, I can see the God qualities in us. I need you to tap in so you can see what I'm seeing. And once you see, man, you can't go back to unseeing once you see. That's all I'm going to say. Man, let me finish this.
The precedent from here to Africa to China to Alaska.
The world.
We set the trends around the world. Everybody's a carbon copy of us. But once they get the success, a lot of people start to try to shun us out the picture like we not the blueprint.
So
and you want to know why that is? Remember, I told y'all it's a joke. Everybody's in on it except Black America. Yes. All of these people from all of these countries, coming from all these different places, know exactly who you are. They know that you are gods. They know that without you, they don't exist, but they would never admit that to you, because if they admitted that to you, then you might really believe that you're God, and you might get into your God-like qualities, and that will put them on the bottom. Do you want to know why? When they finally get up there to give you their ass to kiss, because they resent the fact that you're gods. You think it's just because of your skin color? It's way deeper than that. Them people, listen, other people who share our melanin know who we are. The Western world was untouched by them crackers and them dirty Moors for a long time, all the way up to, I want to say maybe the 1500s. We was thriving. There's a reason why we were kept secret, and there's a reason why the secret was let out. But either way, we here. This is the point. There's God-like energy in us all. Our ancestors have messages for us. Our ancestors have work for us. We got generational curses to break. We got so much work to do while the clears tear each other down. But listen, don't worry about these foreigners with the hard ERs giving us their ass to kiss once they get up to where they need to get. See, this is where self-healing comes in. Think about it in a relationship status. Let's say you and your boyfriend, or you and your girlfriend, or you and your husband, or you and your wife. That person can only treat you bad if you allow them. The moment you put your foot down and tell your spouse enough is enough, what happens? What does that spouse do? Oh, baby, I'm sorry, please, I'm sorry. I didn't know. But it's not when you keep saying, I'm tired of this. I'm getting tired of this. Because one day I'm going to leave you. They never budge when you sitting up there hollering, I'm getting real tired of this nigga. Because every day I come home, he ain't cook nothing. He don't work nowhere. He on the game. Or every day I come home, this bitch ain't did nothing with them kids. They failing in school. Nobody budges when you bitching. Nobody budges when you bitching. But once you say, I'm done. Literally, the energy shifts from them having all the power to you. So once you get that energy shift, it literally turns you back into the God that you are. Listen, and it turns them back into the Slavic peasant that they are. So now you, have to understand, number one, who you are. No, you have to understand who you are. Not understand. Understanding ain't enough. We've been understanding too much, as a matter of fact. You have to get back into your God-like mentalities, and you have to know it. Can't nobody, listen, that reassurance can't come from nobody else. It can't come from me, your spouse, your mama, your daddy, your churn. It got to come from you. Once you know it, and collectively we know it, and we finally say, and stop bitching every time on TikTok, Twitter, they always doing this. Every time they get up there, they give us their ass to kiss. And then the next foreigner come up there, what we do? Oh, I like her, she can rap. Oh, I like her, she can dance. Oh, no, but she different, she cute. And then that same person get up there and give us our ass to kiss, or give us their ass to kiss, and what we back on here doing? Bitching. Oh, see, she ain't won't tell her she was a Jamaican. She ain't won't tell her. Stop. When you gonna stop bitching and completely just say, I'm done? Y'all talking out the side of your neck. My old Uncle Rump say, y'all talking loud and ain't saying nothing. That's his words. I got that from him. To me, I be looking at y'all on the internet like y'all talking, man, we got the power to shut all this shit down right now. What we doing? We don't even have to come together on the internet to talk about the grievances. All we got to do is just shut it down right now. It's right here in our heads. But again, we don't have to believe it. We got to know it. Okay? Y'all get the likes up on the video, please, and thank you. And you want to see how they steal our culture? Look. Look at these goddamn croutons. Look at these goddamn croutons in the skating rink. No, they ain't even skating. They just walking. Now remember, line dancing, I used to think that came from clear people. No, that came from us. Everything they have, the way they dress, cowboys, everything they got came from us. And how you know it is if you can look at the past and you can understand the past, you understand the future and the present. If they was copying off us today, then guess what? They copied off us when they come off that boat from Ellis Island. They didn't come over here with no style, no language, no history. They didn't come here with none of that. All the white people came through Ellis Island, okay? They didn't come here with no history. They didn't come here with no language. That's applicable to him. Look at these croutons, y'all. Look at them. I can't play the music. So now instead of skating, these croutons gonna just look. Look. Can't have nothing. Look. Look, with the towel in the back pocket and everything. Not a skate in sight. Look. This is you're seeing this, and we have been seeing this for a long time, but we don't understand what it is we actually looking at. We really don't understand. We understand it, but we don't understand it. See, Nikki had this verse that said, all these bitches is my sons. Nigga, if you don't tap into that type of mindset and figure out that everybody around you is playing in your face, you're going to perish with the rest of the bull crap. Because the fact of the matter is, all these bitches is our sons. Every single one of them is our sons. Every single, and it's not up for debate. And I got to toot my horn, Black America. Black America, the people from the continent of North America, the 50 states, indigenous to the Turtle Island people who got ancestors back to the freedmen. I got to say it. The fact of the matter is this. All these bitches is our sons. It ain't just every Black woman can make every Black person or any type of person. No. Only you. That's why a Black woman could be dark-skinned and get with a dark-skinned man and make a light-skinned baby. Them Africans don't do that. If they both Black, the child gonna come out blacker than both of their Black-ass parents. You got the mitochondrial E gene. Not all melanated people. It's you. You taught them how to eat, sleep, shit, shave, hell, slave too, bathe, everything. They wouldn't have nothing if it were not for you. But I don't need you to understand that. Tap in so you can understand it. When you start to see, once your eyes open, man, it pisses you off. It makes you mad. I'm telling you. But I'm going to tell you how these crackers is. What they going to do is wait 20, 30 years and then come back and say, oh, we created that. And then our kids or grandkids going to say, we've been doing that. And they're going to pull up this video and say, see, look, that's most of your history right now. Okay. Y'all like the video, please and thank you. Please and thank you. Like the video, please, please, please. All right. Now, I want to move into... Do I even want to deal with this? Let's do this Charlie Kirk crap right quick. Let me tell y'all something. See that this person that they claim to be the killer? I told y'all this is not the real killer. That is not true. This is all a stage. Welcome to the party. You're late. The world is a stage. That one little lily white boy did not kill Charlie Kirk. That was an over-professional hit, okay? But they want us to believe that some lone lily white boy with a lisp had finally got a gun, climbed up top of a roof, and popped Charlie Kirk on top of the neck. Child, please. Okay? Everything ain't no conspiracy theory. As a matter of fact, if you still believe in people having conspiracy theories, I feel sorry for you. You probably gonna perish. And I'm not saying this for people to be conspiracy theorists. I'm saying that because there's a lot of truth behind what we deem to be conspiracy theories. And if we continue to just disregard these things by saying stuff like, oh, it's a conspiracy theory, because that's what it is, disregarding it, we're going to miss a whole lot. This is how they've been able to control us. Again, I'm not here to convince nobody. It is what it is. Everybody's journey is different. Okay? Now, they want us to believe this little boy did this, and he didn't do it, okay? Now, here, there's some little 19-year-old kid that vandalized, I guess, a mural or something that they had outside for Charlie Kirk. Listen, the Clears are losing their minds. The Clears are no more good. The Clears are literally strategizing on how they're going to start a world war between both of them without both of them having to actually go to war. Because see, what they know is Black America has pulled back our energy. We don't want no parts of it. You can't even trick us into it. And that's leaving them in a huge conundrum. Because in the past, they were able to get us to fight their battles. Hence the military. Hence Muhammad Ali saying black man ain't got no place in the white man's military. He wasn't lying. They've always been able to institute us to fight their battles and their wars. But in this spiritual one that seems to be playing out physical on the 3D, we have completely retracted our energy. They losing their minds. They losing it. Imploding even. Masks are being ripped off face. We're starting to see, we're at the end of the Scooby-Doo episode. We starting to see masks being ripped off left and right. And everybody's like, OMG. Some of us don't believe it. Some of us do. Some of us call the ones who do believe it conspiracy theorists. That's cool. But the point I'm making is things are happening now. Their protection is gone. If it ain't gone all the way, it's almost gone. They know it. They'll never tell you that because they need you to keep remembering and thinking subconsciously that they superior. Stop calling them supremacists. Stop even using the word white supremacy. Stop using it. It's a subconscious way to keep them on top and you at the bottom. If you holler white supremacy, if you do that shit over and over and over again, you're gonna think in your subconscious, white people are supreme. Not your conscious, your subconscious is gonna eat that and say, white people are supreme, because you're gonna keep saying, oh, it's white supremacy over here, it's white supremacy over there, and you're gonna internalize that. Leave that shit alone. White supremacy is over. Ain't no more white supremacy. Gone are the days. They've been living off those fairy tales of white supremacy for a long time anyway. They've been ran out of protection. They've been done with all of this stuff. They in their last days, the last of the last days. You sit here and watch and work on your genealogy and tap into your ancestors so that when they need to call on you and tap you for some spiritual warfare or whatever they need you to do, even in the 3D, you can take on the task. It's a lot of y'all ancestors waiting. They've been showing their face to y'all. They've been showing their presence. Y'all been seeing numbers, synchronized messages, all types of stuff. This is your ancestors telling you, I'm here. They waiting on you. Lovecraft Country. When they went to that book of names and found out that they had that Freemasonry high ranking through that bloodline, and they found out through that book of names that they had all types of spells and stuff and cures and all that stuff. This is in all of our families, bro. We just got to tap into that shit. Okay? Now, the clears are imploding because they beloved white Jesus, they 2025 white Jesus done gone on to glory or wherever he went. Or whatever the case may be. And now they're fighting amongst each other. I told you it's an East Coast, West Coast beef. East Coast is the West Coast. East Coast is the right. West Coast is the left. This is a Pac and Biggie situation. We don't have nothing to do with this. We just watching from the audience. Now, the left is freaking out because they feel like they being framed for this murder. And the right is freaking out because they feel like none of this wouldn't have happened if the left wouldn't have been in none of this crap. So they are imploding, ready to tear each other's heads off. Black America, mind your business. Okay? In the midst of the imploding, this young little boy, I guess, knocked over a mural or something, and the clears lost their mind of Charlie Kirk. Look. They went to beating the hell out the little boy because he knocked over a mural. Yeah. This is in Tucson, Arizona. No, Turning Point USA headquarters in Arizona. He was arrested after vandalizing Charlie Kirk's memorial outside Turning Point. You're going to see a lot of this. You're going to see a lot of them really literally wanting to rip each other's heads off. The reason for this is they have nowhere else to turn but to each other. They can't blame. It's too gone are the days. They can't even tie us into this crap if they wanted to. So you're going to see a lot of imploding, a lot of infighting, and they're going to be a lot of them asking for sympathy, for help, and not just the clears, all of them. The books say the last shall be first and the first shall be last. The book also said, I will prepare a table in the presence of your enemies. Okay? Now, with that being said, all these tethers, all these foreigners with the hard ER who've been over here siphoning energy, wealth, all those people will pay. Every single, and I don't give a damn what color they is. If you came over here with ill intention to violate God's precious jewels, you will pay. And that's on Schoolyard. Okay. So yeah, they losing their minds, y'all, but let them. Eat your popcorn, kick your feet up. No, my bad. Don't eat no popcorn and kick up no feet. I'm lying. Retract that. Do your genealogy and tap into your ancestry. That's what you need to do. Do your genealogy and tap into your ancestry, because we got work to do. The universe is doing this part. The Most High is doing its part. The ancestors are doing their part. You have to do your part. Faith without works is dead. I didn't say it. The Most High said it, according to the book. Okay? Now, as far as this Charlie Kirk situation, now, they talking about this co-worker. Now, this is what's happening here. They're trying to give this shooter an identity. Think about reading books. Let's go back to reading books when we were in kindergarten. I remember, and I've always loved literature and reading, so I guess that's probably why I can remember these things vividly. But I remember in like kindergarten, first grade, second grade, when we went from being read to and then learning how to read and read aloud and things of that nature, I realized whenever we would read stories, even if it was a story, a short story in a paragraph with 5 sentences, they always introduced you to the characters, right? And the reason being is because you need to have an emotional attachment to whatever or whoever they're trying to sell you in the story, okay? That is what's happening here. Now, they gave us a face, but that wasn't enough. This is Charlie Kirk. This is white people's Jesus now. You know what I'm saying? They literally comparing this man to Jesus. You see what I'm saying? So you can't just put a face. You have to fulfill this character. You got to come out and give us more tea on this here character. So this is what they're doing. Now you're going to see more pictures, videos, backstories about how he used to be and what he used to say. All of this is fake. I don't even think this is a real person, to be completely honest. All of this is fake. Fake, fake, fake. Fake, fake. This little lily white boy ain't shot nobody. Okay? Now, you can believe what you want to believe, but I'm telling you what I know. This little lily white boy did not shoot that man. But they're going to sell that to you because they need you to get this character. And plus, they're going to always tie it to politics. Because listen, hello? I told you race is a poor man's game. Rich people don't give a damn about the poor, and these are the facts. As a matter of fact, if rich people could eradicate the poor, they would. The reason they don't is because in order for them to be rich, they got to have poor people. Don't let that go over your head. And Trump and them people up in the elite at the top don't give a damn about no poor nigga, and they damn sure don't give a damn about no poor cracker. Do you get it? They don't give a damn about the graham cracker nor the saltine. Does that make sense? They leave that for us to fight each other down here. But up there, they could care less. Okay. Now, this Charlie Kirk situation, they're giving us this character. Let's get into the character they want to give us. It says, neighbors, more information surrounding the death of Charlie Kirk is slowly starting to emerge as investigations continue. We previously reported that Kirk's alleged shooter, Tyler Robinson, 22, was arrested for felony discharge of a firearm, aggravated murder, and obstruction of justice after he confessed to his father. After an initial wrong arrest, it took around 30 hours for authorities to track him. It says, according to CNN, a relative of Robinson's told investigators that he had become more political in recent years. During a dinner, he allegedly mentioned that Kirk would be speaking at the Utah school where he was shot, and later wrote in Discord messages that a rifle was left in a bush and wrapped in a towel. The FBI confirmed on Monday that the towel held DNA that was positive match for Robinson. It says on Monday, FBI co-deputy director Dan Bongino told Fox News that they were able to see that Robinson had an obsession with Kirk based on his digital history. He also said there were many warning signs, and they're currently trying to figure out if any other were aware that the shooting would be happening. I believe co-workers stated he had detached himself when the topic of politics came up and walked away, Bongino says. It says, did they hear it and think it was a joke? That is where we're trying to find out now. If there's a larger network here, we will get into that and out of the public as soon as we can, Bongino added. So this is the thing. They're trying to make this to be some crazed clear boy who was obsessed politically with Charlie Kirk. I told you, every single one of these villains look the same. Every single one of the enemy's villains always look the same. It was always a little lily clear, dirty ass white woman who was lying, saying a nigga whistled at her or raped her or something and got black people lynched. It's the same thing with your serial killers. It's the same thing with your doggone with your mass shooters. They all have that same look. Listen, they don't change the script because they banking on the fact that you won't wake up to look and see what you're looking at. They all be some weird lily looking white boy who they claim that had all these miraculous doggone things because he used to grow up shooting when he was 4 and 5 years old. We not buying it. They just giving you a character to soothe your subconscious so you can shut up and move on. Put the mirror up of Charlie Kirk and move on. Annually, we'll give you a Charlie Kirk day, or we'll let y'all fly the flag half-staff, or whatever the case may be. Whatever we need to shut y'all the hell up. They're talking about the clears. Whatever we need to shut y'all the hell up, we gonna do it. Give them a victim, give them a villain, give them a backstory so they can shut up. But it's all a lie. It's all a lie, okay? Like I said, this young man did not shoot that boy. Period. Now, speaking of, remember I told y'all race is a poor man's game. I told y'all that they leave that to to poor people to fight, right? Now I want to get into this news anchor. So a news anchor had came on TV. Let me tell you something.
In the morning.
Don't let nobody tell you about it was a mistake, or this, that, and the third. No. People be telling you who they are. Listen to them. And because the protections have been lifted, a lot of Freudian slips have been happening, and you need to take them for what they are. Listen. First of all, what's a Freudian slip? When you have someone who's deceitful or who's a deceiving person, the truth always lies somewhere within them. They can never get rid of it. You can bury it, but you can never get rid of it. So what they call a Freudian slip is a person who's being deceitful, rather it's to another person or audience of people, it don't matter. Whenever they're in the middle of their deceit, because the truth can never leave them, it typically sometimes slips out. They call that a Freudian slip. Okay, so when you hear news anchors say stuff like, and they say some racist stuff and they come back and say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. No. That's God showing you the mask is slipping. They're showing you who that is. Okay, who they are. Now, this news anchor came out and said that he thinks all homeless people should be killed. And remember, he's not saying the black ones, he's saying homeless people. And this is what I need you to see when it comes to mindset of the enemy. You over here fighting a black and white war. That's what they keep you occupied and busy with. If they keep you believing that everything is about black and white, then you won't have time to look here, and here. The fact of the matter is there's a class of people above us, a very, very small, minute class of people above us who wouldn't care if we were exterminated tomorrow. And these are the facts. It ain't no I made a mistake. It ain't no, I didn't mean to say it. These are the facts. Race is a poor man's game. Yes, it affects things in a higher status. Yes, it affects things in high class. However, the game itself is only played by the poor, baby. Full time, at least. So let's get into this anchor saying that he believes all homeless people. And again, black people, stop being so offended by everything. You know the enemy more than anybody. Black Americans, you know this enemy better than any group of melanated people on this earth. Stop being offended by all this crap. Take that power back. The N-word, I ain't gonna lie. If a nigga call you, if one of them crackers call you an N-word and you want to pop them, then have at it. I ain't gonna say that. But all that other stuff, listen, stop giving them that energy. Take that power back, because they really think they doing something when they go on these internet spaces and say, oh, you black women, all you do is wear weave, or oh, you black women, you black men, and you, nigga, all right, cool. Now, again, he didn't say black homeless people. He said homeless people. Let's get into it.
We were discussing the murder of Irina Zaruska in Charlotte, North Carolina, and how to stop these kinds of attacks by homeless, mentally ill assailants, including institutionalizing or jailing such people so they cannot attack again. Now, during that discussion, I wrongly said they should get lethal injections. I apologize for that extremely callous remark.
No, we don't. You want to know what the devil look like? A lot. But look at him. He meant what he said. You see, like I told you, when people are very deceitful, you can never bury the truth. You can maybe hide it, tuck it off, put it under the cushion, the pillow cushion, but you can never get rid of it, baby. How you really felt, it came out. And yes, they would probably rather see homeless people dead. They don't care. See, think about the show Squid Games. Put a 3 in the chat if you ever watch Squid Games on Netflix. I'm trying to see something. Put a 3 in the chat if you ever watch Squid Games on Netflix. And I'm going to tell you what Squid Games is all about. So Squid Games is about this small, minute group of people. They in Japan. They Asian or something. Chinese or Japanese or something. I can't remember. One of them Asians. One of the fake Asians, because they all fake. Okay? Anyway, so they over there, and it's a small group of very, very rich and powerful people. And what they do is take the poor, the downtrodden, the worst of the worst, the people on their last leg who would give anything to get out of poverty. They get them and put them in these spaces, and they get them to fight each other. Now, they put them in these spaces to compete against each other. It starts off as friendly competition. Then it moves on into actual them killing each other and sacrificing each other, because everybody is chasing the bag, because they believe happiness and love comes through where? The bag. Now, why is this important? That is the same game the rich play on us. They keep us through entertainment believing that happiness and satisfaction comes through money. So what do they keep us doing? Fighting and chasing the bag. We're in Squid Games. We're literally living Squid Games right now. But what you don't know is the people at the top who's actually running it, just like in the show Squid Games, is at the top behind these one-sided screens or these one-sided glass windows, looking at everything, taking side bets, having a gay old time. We living in the Squid Games. This is the Squid Game. So when he said, I thought that they should be all taken out by lethal injection, yes, just like in Squid Games, them people at the top, the elite who was paying for these people to win all this money to kill off each other, they enjoyed it. They threw parties. They had a great time. They had wine and food and probably did some Illuminati stuff, sex rituals, all types of stuff they was doing up there, while the people at the bottom was tearing each other down to what? Chase the bag. They say, the book say, I didn't say it. The book say, see, y'all keep running around here saying money is the root of all evil. No. It's the love of money that's the root of all evil. See, when you chase the bag, you run right into the devil's backyard. Okay? And this is what the powers that be, because they have an influx of power and money, this is what they use over our heads to keep us in this perpetual Squid Game cycle. But yes, this man does. He said what he said the first time. He would definitely like to see them homeless people killed by lethal injection.
Obviously aware that not all mentally ill homeless people act as the perpetrator did in North Carolina, and that so many homeless people deserve our empathy and compassion. In the morning, we were discussing the murder of Irina.
They have given billions of dollars to mental health and the homeless population. A lot of them don't want to take the programs. A lot of them don't want to get the help that is necessary. You can't give them a choice. Either you take the resources that we're going to give you, or you decide that you're going to be locked up in jail.
I can't stand people who come from a place of privilege and talk like that. I mean, he's speaking of these people, because they are people, as if they're cattle or children. Like, you can't give them an option. They don't want it because it's so nuanced. You can't just say homeless people don't want help. Maybe the help is tainted. Maybe the help is so tainted that they'd rather just struggle. How about that? Don't just say, oh, you can't give them an option. You can't treat them like cattle and like animals. And no. We got to come back to compassion for the next human being. We got to get back to that. It's almost like we could see a person die in the street next to us and we go to lunch like it's nothing. That is insane. We got to get compassion back in our lives, man.
The way it has to be now.
Or involuntary lethal injection or something. Just kill them.
Yeah, Brian, why?
You heard him. Involuntary lethal injection or something, just kill them. Listen, the truth is out there. The information is for you to take. Come and get it. Them people don't give a damn about you. They don't give a damn about me. But I need you to give a damn about you. Get out of understanding things and start overstanding things. It's going to hit different, I promise you. But yeah, I listen, I don't let people come back and apologize and say, oh, I didn't mean it. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Let's move on. Y'all get the likes up on the video, please, and thank you. Get the likes up on the video. Now, I want to shout out to these young ladies, to the girl. Wait, no, let me go this way first. First of all, let's celebrate us right quick because we are great, you know. Let me see right. Yeah, let's celebrate us. So I didn't know that they had an Olympic Games in Japan, was it recently? Yesterday. And let me tell y'all something. Everything taken, listen, Libra scales are balancing. Things that was taken, things, wrongs that have been done to the righteous of the people will be wrong, okay? They will be righted. Well, the wrongs will be righted. That's the word I want to say, okay? So you're going to start to see things shift back to its natural order, okay? Now, it's going to be certain things going to come out like, oh, first time a Black American did X, Y, and Z since this, that, and the third. You're going to start finding out even this Black American did this. You thinking it's their first time, but then you start doing the history to realize, hold up, we've been doing this. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot because things are shifting back to its natural way of things and way in which it's supposed to go. The last shall be first and the first shall be last. That's happening. Okay. Now, through sports, through history, I mean, more history, through knowledge, through all types of stuff, you're gonna start to notice that we are starting to take our rightful thrones where we belong. Okay, and it's because that's where we belong. My video choppy. That might be YouTube. You know how YouTube break. Let me give y'all a commercial break so I can look at my audio. I'll be right back, you guys. Y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to everybody in the building. I'll be right back.
All I feel is price drops.
Come on.
Searching for a nice car.
Oh yeah.
Oh baby, tell me when my flight gonna leave.
You gotta
just check them for free.
Oh yeah.
And today, I'll forever be booking you.
Book. Come on. Jeff. Come on. Jeff. Come on.
Stays on my mind all the time.
Oh yeah.
'Cause I'll forever be booking you.
I gotta go. For the low. I gotta go.
All right. I hope this is better, you guys. I hope if it's not, it's YouTube. It's not me, y'all. I promise you, it's not me. It's YouTube. I swear. But I hope this is better. Where was I going? Oh, the black women. Listen, things are shifting back to its rightful place, right? And I need y'all to pay attention to what's happening, right? So they had the Olympics in Tokyo, right? And we had Melissa Jefferson Wooden, Oblique Seville, and Tyra Davis Woodhull, and more win big at the World Athletics Championship in Tokyo, right? Think about, now I told y'all the Olympics and all those games that we play here in America, I told y'all that is ancient to America. That is something we anciently did. This is why we excel in the Olympics. This is why we're the best. This is why we get the most gold, the most everything. People think it's just because we're these superhuman, melanated people with all these superpowers. It's also muscle memory, okay? The reason why you do so well in all sports, in all of this stuff really, is because it is embedded in your DNA. Now think back to track and field in the Olympics. Every time you talk track and field, unless you're talking long distance, because when you do long distance, that's when you hear like Kenya, Ethiopia, and all those people. But when you start to talk about sprinting and any other thing, you always hear Black America, Jamaica, you hear some of the British people, all the Black melanated people from the Western world. Let me tell you why you are so great at these things. There's a reason why Jamaica and America go neck and neck all the time, going back and forth with these gold medals, because this is who you are. This is what you've always done. This is why a Usain Bolt can come out and be so fast, nobody could compare to him, because this is what you've already been doing. It's muscle memory. You don't even know that you tapping into muscle memory when you pick up these things. I tell you, Black America is the gift that keep on giving. We ooze out gifts every single day. We just don't recognize them. But the reason why we go back and forth with the track and field, we go back and forth with the gold medals, and it's mostly us on this side of the world, is because they playing games that you have been playing for thousands of years. This ain't Sha'Carri Richardson's first lifetime running. This ain't Michael Jordan's first lifetime shooting a hoop. It's muscle memory. If you don't tap into it, you will think that it's a skill you're picking up. We call it a gift. It's all literally muscle memory. That's all it is. So the reason why we do so great is not because, well, it is because genetically we are greater. But I'm saying that to say it's not solely because of that. It's because we're tapping back into something, muscle memory, that we've always had. That's why you can get a child who be so gifted in anything. One kid might be gifted in football. One kid might be gifted in computers. They ain't just tapping in. Listen, they ain't just picking this stuff up like, oh snap, I can do this now. That don't go like that. It's muscle memory you tapping into. Now, this girl, Melissa Jefferson, she ended up getting the gold medal and bringing the gold back home to America. I want to say it was between her and the girl, and the Jamaican girl, I think. Let me see. It says the World Athletics Championship are currently taking place in Tokyo, and day 2 was filled with Black excellence. Some of your favorite athletes dominated and walked away with gold medals. Melissa Jefferson Wooden, who is representing the United States, won the women's 100 meter with a 10.61 record. Tina Clayton of Jamaica came in to take the silver, and Julian Alford of St. Lucia walked away with bronze. The men's 100 meter was another exciting event as Jamaica's Oblique Seville walked away with gold with a fast 9.77. Jamaica's Kashan Thompson I really hate that I'm butchering these people's names. Kashane Thompson, it says came in second, and the USA's Noah Lyles came in third. It says USA's Tyra Davis Woodhall won the long jump with 7 minutes 13 meters, or 7 minutes, girl. What I said, 7.13 meters, and Kenya's Paris, whatever, I can't say that name, won the women's marathon in 2 hours, 24 minutes, and 43 seconds. Okay. So now here's Melissa, and people are tweeting. I didn't even know that the Tokyo games are on. I love watching them. We'll be putting them on when I get off of here. Didn't know. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, my girl, she had did her big one. And people are tweeting and going crazy about her, saying that she's out of this world. And they said that she stuns the crowd. The only way she knows how, with a lightning fast 10.61 to become the women's 100-meter champion. I love this for her. I love this for her. And here is Jamaica's own Oblique Seville. He shuts it down. He won the highly anticipated 100-meter final with the fast time of 9:77. That is dope. Listen, remember back in ancient times when we would have our Olympics before these crackers and dirty Moors come over here, we would compete against each other. Yes, North America, South America, the Caribbean. This is stuff we've always done. That's why when you see us in the Olympics, we be in first, second, third, fourth, and fifth place, because we've always done it. We just tapping into our muscle memory. But now I wanted to shine the light on this Black excellence for real though. I really did. And I'm telling you, everything is coming back home. Everything is coming back to its rightful owner. You need to tap in to get where you need to go. Okay? So I just wanted to add that in. Congratulations to those people. Congratulations. Now, I want to get into let's do Terrence Crawford since we're on here. Let's do Terrence Crawford. So Terrence Crawford, shout out to Terrence Crawford. He won the World Boxing Championship in another weight class. Wait, before we move on to that, I got to say this part. Get me up here. You know, if you tell yourself a lie long enough, you'll begin to believe it. Saweetie got on somebody's podcast and took up them people good internet and said that the reason she didn't make it in the industry is because she got pretty privilege, and that there's a punishment for having pretty privilege. Let me just say this. I think that Saweetie is a very cute girl. I've seen more beautiful girls, but I still think that she's a very pretty girl, very cute girl. But that is not the reason why she's not doing well in the industry. As a matter of fact, pretty privilege and light-skinnedness is the only thing that got her in the industry. The fact of the matter is, Saweetie has never been talented. Black America, when are we going to come to terms that we be color struck? When are we going to come to terms that light sometimes is always right in our subconscious? That girl came here with zero talent, and y'all hyped her up and made her believe she really had talent. And now here we are in the fourth quarter, and this girl done believes so much of y'all lies that she really on here saying that she got pretty privilege and it punished her whole career. You can't make this shit up. Look.
I saw it on TikTok. They were like, they talk about pretty privilege, but they don't talk about pretty punishment. There's been so many times I've just been counted out, and I know that it's behind animosity. I know it's because of a hidden agenda, but it makes me work harder. But this has happened like my whole life. So it's like what I deal with in the industry is just different face, same case. Ooh, I saw it on TikTok. They were like, they talk about pretty privilege, but they don't.
Girl. Girl. Let me see if this other side.
Bring back, crop down, Dundee. Make my body like ice went hunting. Tell Peter I'm being 100. Ice girl still got furnace. I'm gonna let that. Hella casual. I think I know what it mad.
And you want to know what's worse about this? Do you want to know what's worse about this? Most of the celebrities that y'all have now that y'all think are so great is just as bad. Most of them rappers y'all like, I'll never forgive y'all for making Sexy Red and Glorilla famous. I will never forgive y'all. Y'all are killing music. You, Black America, are poisoning music, following your feelings. Music ain't even good no more. Niggas don't even listen to new music. All because y'all care more about how you feel than the actual art. So you get people on here who really, like her, who really sit here with a straight face and sit up with a face back straight and say, I'm being punished for being privileged. When the fact of the matter is, the bitch had no place in music from the beginning. All the baddies making songs, anybody could do music. At one point, you had to have a talent to pick up a mic, a talent to pick up an instrument, a talent to even talk about getting into somebody's studio. Now it's open, wide, open like a barnyard. Any and everybody can come on in and come on out. There is no talent in music no more. There's some, but not for the most part. All these fake ass people y'all made famous, now you got to look these people straight in the eye and tell them you never was talented, baby. It's a lot of these people y'all hype up. Glorilla is not a good rapper. I'm sorry. She shouldn't be in the industry. I don't give a damn what production they put behind her. I don't give a damn how good the album was. You heard the girl rapping when she came in here. She should not be on the radio. But I guess y'all got to wake up out of that spell first, too. A lot of y'all still under that spell. That one gonna hurt some people. But watch when you wake up out of it. You gonna come back and say you was right. Now, getting into, let's get into Nick Cannon. Get Nick on here. Everybody named on was telling Nick Cannon he was having too many churn. And let me tell you niggas something, you po niggas. And when I call the po niggas, I don't mean po in the pockets. I mean po in the mind. It's a lot of po niggas out here. Okay? A lot of you po niggas really piss me off. Because y'all really believe money is the God. Y'all really believe that? Nick Cannon was running around here dropping off sperm like the UPS man to any and every woman he could see. And most of y'all was saying that it's cool because he got money, as if money has ever been successful in raising children. The fact of the matter is this. He has 12 children. He is one man. Even if all 12 of them kids lived under one roof with him, it is impossible for him to be a father to 12 children. I don't give a damn how much money he got. Them children, most if not all of them children, gonna get neglected. Period, point blank. It was selfish. It was irresponsible. It was ignorant. And the people who egg this shit on, just having children to have children, you just about as ignorant as Nick Cannon. And no matter what them sluts came on this internet and lied to y'all and said about how they churn ain't going without, and they churn don't need for nothing, and they churn, yeah, they need for something they daddy. I don't give a damn how much money he's sending over there. If he ain't there with them, it don't count. So now 12 children got a famous daddy that we gonna know more about their part than they do. Why are we gonna know more about Nick Cannon than the children? Because we've known them longer. So he's finally coming to terms to say, you know what? Some of y'all who were saying I shouldn't have all these children, y'all was right. Well, duh. Welcome to the party. You're late. It took you 12 kids to get there. It was selfish and irresponsible. Let me tell you something. And I'm coming from a big family. My grandmother, my dad's mother had 16 children. 16. So I ain't coming from a place that say you ain't supposed to have a bunch of children. But the way in which he did this was irresponsible and extremely disrespectful. And let me just say this. All that wealth he done amassed gonna go to all them little half and half little Oreo babies he done made. You get it? All them little Oreo babies he done made, gonna take all that wealth and all that generational wealth he done amassed, and they're gonna take that money and that wealth and go back to more clear people, and they're gonna make a whole new generation of clears with superpowers because they got a nigga ancestor. Watch. So now he on the Breakfast Club finally coming to the terms where he was out of pocket.
It was a response to your trauma.
Yeah. 100. Now I'm learning that now. Yeah. And it wasn't like I was acting out. it was more of being careless, being frivolous with my process because I could do it, because I had the money.
Let me tell you, that nigga, it was about ego and power. Listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. Money will give a nigga the most false sense of power he have ever had. Do you hear me? That's y'all problem. Y'all think power come through the money. Didn't Trump just show y'all money don't mean nothing when you got the power? What didn't Trump just little boy Elon Musk? We ain't heard from him since. Did not Trump just show you that money don't equal power? Trump literally just little boyed Elon Musk, told him, shut the fuck up before I kick you out this country and have you crying, bitch ass nigga. And guess what Elon did? Shut the fuck up. And he one of the richest men in the world. Money don't equal power. Nick had money and it went to his head and he thought he had power. And with that power came an ego, and he felt like I got enough money. I can go skeet off in all these holes and have all these babies, and it'll be cool because I got money. And that money gave him a false sense of power. That's the facts.
Because I had the access to whoever and however I wanted to move, and you know, okay, they coming at me, they asking me, opposed to like doing a mature thing and saying, hey, well, it probably makes more sense to do this, and then obviously life happens as well. So it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna go have 12 kids. It was more about like, yo, I'm gonna just live life and have fun, and whatever happens. I can.
Now you're not being honest, Nick, and you haven't healed. You were definitely, you may not have set out to say I'm going to have 12 kids, but you damn sure didn't protect yourself to not have 12 kids. So you're not accepting full accountability for being an idiot, Nick Cannon. Nick, I need you to put your big boy pants on. Take your Ninja Turtle drawers off and put your big boy drawers on. Okay? The fact of the matter is you had all them babies because you felt like you had the money and the power to do so. You was reckless. It was messed up. You realize now in the error of your ways, leave it at that. Don't give it. Well, I wasn't trying to have 12. It's just if it happened, that don't go like that. I didn't want to have 12 kids. That's why I don't have 12 kids. You can actively do things to prevent certain situations. He did not prevent them because he wanted them to happen. Period. He got to be honest with himself. See, when you know somebody healed, they can tell you the good, bad, the ugly, and the dirty. And be like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I was in a dark place. Yeah.
Handle it. When it probably, you know, being almost 45 now, I can sit back and be like, yeah, if I would have thought the process through a little bit more and took time to actually do the inner work, things might have been a little different in certain scenarios.
You wouldn't have 12 kids.
I don't know. You know what I mean? Like that's the only thing, because I've always said this, every child that I had was made out of love, and there were strong relationships. It's just, if I would have did the work and the healing after getting divorced, I probably would have took my time in a lot of other scenarios. And for whatever reason, I thought that was the answer a lot of times. It was like, oh, well, I'm gonna figure it out over here. I'm gonna figure it out over here, opposed to like, yo, now you're leaving trauma every step of the way, instead of, you know, fixing it from its origin and then being able to present itself. But then I mean, like concepts like monogamy and stuff like that, I still feel the same way.
I was going to ask you, has your view on that changed then?
Nah, not really. Not for me, you know, and that.
The reason I know that is because he's not healed. Nick still want to be able to do what he want to do. Nick ain't trying to look for no healing in none of this. Yeah, he realized, he probably looked back at all 12 of them kids and was like, probably shouldn't have had 12 kids. But that's as far as it went. Okay, when it came to Nick looked in the mirror one day, or maybe he looked down at his phone and seen the screensaver and saw all 12 of them churn and was like, yeah, this probably not the best look. This probably not good. And then after that, Nick went on about his business. The reason why he still feels the same about not caring about monogamy and all those things is because Nick doesn't understand his his treasure. Nick doesn't understand his worth. So that's why he don't care who he drops dick off to, because it don't matter. Because if he cared, he wouldn't have 12 children by all them different women. Facts. But the point I'm making is he's not healed. He just wanted to come on here and say y'all were right, but go back to his regular life.
Again, that's the work of, you know, whether you want to go back to like Freud's process of like my childhood and my upbringing. I grew up in a very unorthodox situation and household. So I've always understood that, you know, love happens differently. So monogamy has never really been my thing, but so that I'm pretty sure that plays a part of it as well too.
So you think having all those kids was
I told you guys, all of us as adults are walking around as unhealed children. The things that we suffering from and dealing with today, rather it be relationships, jobs, anything, it's all us walking around with our unhealed trauma. And I'm only telling y'all about it because I'm in the midst of repairing my own unhealed childhood trauma. I'm sorry. The childhood trauma. Anytime you talk to somebody, even if you talk to yourself, which you should, when you talk to yourself and you go to digging and finding the root to all of your issues, you gonna go back to your childhood. Good, bad, or indifferent is gonna take you back to that childhood. Nick is an unhealed child in a grown man body walking around with money and power. That's it. That's all. Most of us are unhealed children walking around in the day-to-day society. That's it. That's all. And I'm only telling you about this because I'm actively dealing with it. I'm actively going through a healing process to heal my childhood trauma. We all got a level of childhood trauma. And I'm starting to learn that a lot of the actions, even if they weren't my fault or were my fault, I'm starting to realize that a lot of my choices and actions were happening to me because of my unhealed childhood trauma. So I'm not coming here telling y'all this to try to speak from a high and mighty place or speak from a teacher, student type of, no, we all learning together, bruh. But what I'm telling you is what I know. I've learned this. I know this to be a fact. I don't need confirmation from nobody. It's unhealed childhood trauma. Tapping in can get you to tap into repairing that. The behaviors you do, the choices you make, everything, it's all unhealed childhood trauma. And I don't know who needs to hear this. If you using sex as a weapon, if you using sex as an escape, that's the same difference as using crack, alcohol, drugs. Sex is the same thing. It ain't no different. Your juices is flowing because you need somewhere to escape. Face the childhood trauma. It hurt. It hurt bad. It's like rehabbing off of heroin. I've never done it, but I've seen it on movies over and over again. That literally is like what the process is, but it is so good when you come out on that other side. It's a bunch of unhealed childhood trauma. And you know what sucks about this? Because Nick Cannon hasn't unhealed his childhood trauma. Now he done created 12 more children with 12 more different types of childhood trauma. You see how that go? It's unhealed childhood trauma. That's the key. But it's sad. I'm glad he was able to come out and say that he saw the error in his ways, I guess. I don't know. We'll take it. We'll take it, okay? Now let's move on, you guys. Let's get into Akbar V really quickly. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but I did want to bring it up because Akbar came out and posted that she had been suffering through abuse by the hands of her husband. I don't know if they're legally married, but either way, you know, Akbar just had a baby and she was married, I guess, to some man. I didn't know she was married, but according to her, she married. And she came out recently and said that she had been abused. And I'm only bringing this story up to make a teaching moment. So let's get into it. It says, Akbar V accuses her husband of abuse, says she's been risking or raising her newborn son alone and suffering from postpartum depression. I've been getting my face punched in, but turn around and ask for my money. Akbar V is another one going through unhealed childhood trauma. Unhealed childhood trauma will make you think that you need to be around somebody who's knocking your teeth in and then taking your money. I'm only saying it because I'm a witness. I've been there. I was going through unhealed childhood trauma, being with a nigga who want to knock my head in the washing machine and dryer. And I felt the need to still stay there. That's all reactions of childhood trauma. Because when you heal that, you realize you set boundaries, and people like that won't even get in your space. I'm giving you witness. I'm bearing witness to you my own stories. So I ain't trying to sit up here and come from a place of privilege. So, okay, she's dealing with unhealed childhood trauma, okay? So because of that unhealed childhood trauma, she had 5 kids. She had issues with them 5 kids because of her unhealed childhood trauma. She got a new baby. This baby, unfortunately, unless she heals, is going to get the effects of the unhealed childhood trauma. The unhealed childhood trauma probably has her seeking for love anywhere. And whenever she finds any inkling, any crack, any crevice of sunlight of love from any of these nuttin' ass niggas, she finds it, she holds on to it, and she clings to it because she wants to be loved. But the fact of the matter is, the love come within self. It don't come from them. Because when you love you, everybody else who love you flock to you. The haters flock to, but you got to love you first. And before I went on this spiritual healing journey, I definitely went on that type of journey years ago. I was jumping from relationship to relationship to relationship, from a marriage to an engagement. Hell, simultaneously. Yes, I was married and engaged at the same time. That's how cutthroat I was. Just jumping from nigga to nigga, nigga to nigga, nigga to nigga, not realizing these are all reactions of my unhealed childhood trauma. Now, most of us, if not all of us, are walking around with unhealed childhood trauma, okay? So this is not a place of judgment for Akbar. This is a teaching moment, okay? Now, she with this nigga, he knocking her head upside the washing machine and dryer, and he ain't giving her no money. Akbar need to tap in too. She need to get out there, start grounding, start turning life around. She got kids, little bitty babies, okay? Now, let's get into her story right quick. And again, this is just a learning tool right quick because I'm teaching y'all about this tapping in, this meditating stuff. All of this is everything you doing in life is connected to all of this. You can cure it all. You got the power in your hand. You are the Power Rangers. You are the X-Men. Listen to me. Listen, Black America. You are the Power Rangers. You are X-Men. You are Star Trek. You are all the Star Wars. All those stories you seen on TV when they showed you these extraordinary people, the Avengers. That's you. That's you. You got to get back to your God mind. Get to your God mind. Okay? Now let's get into what she said. She says, I've been getting my face punched in by my husband, but turned around and asked for my money. And I was dumb. I still tried to work it out and figure out the problem. He gets mad when I find out he's cheating. Do you see my face? Do you see what I've been dealing with? On top of that, going through postpartum depression. First time he beat me and he put me in Jefferson Hospital because he was telling his ex-girlfriend daughter she can call and ask him for whatever, but knows how much the ex-girlfriend has done in our marriage. Now let's pause just really quickly, and I only want to pause for this. Now she's airing out all the grievances of what's been going on in her relationship, right? This dude obviously does not respect Akbar. He obviously sees that she has very low self-esteem, and he uses that to her or to his advantage. He's still dealing with other women. She knows it. He know it. And they probably only get into it whenever she's fed up. Unhealed childhood trauma will make you feel like you need to stick around because who else am I going to get? Akbar needs to understand that the love comes from within. That's why it's self-esteem. Okay? And these niggas like these will literally dissipate out of your life. Once you tap into self, All these, listen, God gonna show you the enemy. They're gonna literally look like devil. You're gonna physically look with these two eyes and see devils. I'm telling you what I've seen with my own two. I look with all three, but it was scary when you see them with their own two. With these two, when you looking at people you've been knowing or people you've been with or whatever, and you see a devil, it's sick and it's scary as hell. But you will never not see it again. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. But God not gonna show that to you till you tap in. Cure that unhealed childhood trauma. This nigga cutting up on your dime. So back into it, it says, I still stayed. Now he just did this on my birthday, August 22nd. And he's such a narcissist, told me it was my fault because the guy tried to help me when he slapped me. All I said was this lame nigga trying to make me go home. But I was playing, nothing serious. He put hands on me for nothing. Everyone knows I play and talk smack. My husband knows it too. He just wanted to embarrass me at the club for my birthday. So he walks up to this man and whatever happened, happened. But whole time I'm getting blamed for it. He said if the guy didn't try to help me, I said the man was minding his business. He walked up on him. Then he said, I'm going to get him in jail or unalive if he stay with me trying to play victim. I'm trying not to say, wait, I'm tired. I'm not staying with nobody who cheats on me and abuses me. And I was going to make a police report because he keep putting his hands on me when he got caught doing something he shouldn't be doing. Everybody can laugh. I don't care. I'm dealing with a lot. Just pray for me. Please, I'm tired. Don't care no more. I'm tired. Let me say this. My prayers are with Akbar. My prayers are with Akbar. I'm not going to read all of this. But what Akbar needs to do is trust God, but Akbar needs to go within and do the work. When Akbar realizes, like I had to realize that a lot of the things were because of the decisions that I made, she said it in her own stuff. I still stayed. He beat me up, taking my money. I still stayed. Somebody in the audience right now need to hear this specifically right now. Because I know I was there, stupid, still stayed. It's deeper than the exterior. It's deeper than the things outside of you. It's really about what's inside of you. You don't understand, a lot of times we mirror our own reflections in people, in the people that we have close to us. Okay? Now, the thing is, Akbar is going through it, especially dealing with postpartum depression. I couldn't imagine going through what Akbar is going through right now. I feel bad for her. But unless Akbar heals and go within, ain't no church house gonna save her. Ain't no pastor gonna pray over and gonna save her. Ain't no prophet is gonna pray over and save her. She can pray to God all she wants. Faith without works is dead. Akbar need to go outside, tap in, take some time to meditate and think. It's going to help in her decision making. It's going to help in her discernment. It's going to help in her intuition. See, we have a natural psychic ability called an intuition. If she don't tap into that, she's going to remain in this repeated cycle. They call it a loop. I know. I'm just getting out the loop myself. She's going to continue to remain in this loop. And some people in this comment section, some people listening to this live, some of you guys are in the loop because you've been looking to church, you've been looking to therapy, you've been looking to everybody else except you. Whole time, the answer been right there in you. All right? Everything you need, you already got it. You just don't know it yet. Akbar doesn't know it yet. That's why, like I did, she still stayed. Even when it's messed up, I still stayed. I know. Healing is having the strength to walk away, bro. And one thing about it, when you tap into your spirits and your ancestors and God, he gonna protect you. If he say that he gonna separate you from that nigga and put you on the better path, it's done. If the ancestors step in and intervene, it's overdone. But you have to tap in. And this is not just for Akbar. This for y'all out there in the comment section too. Me, myself included. I'm taking my own advice. Tap in. I feel bad for Akbar Vito. It's gonna work out for her though. And you could tell she's at her wit's end because she said, I don't care. Yeah, I got beat up. Oh, well, I don't care. I feel bad for her. I feel really bad for her. And she older and had that baby. I feel bad for her. Y'all, get the likes up on the video, please, and thank you. Get the likes up on the video. Now, really quickly before we get into Terrence Crawford, I want to share this information about these HBCUs that I need you guys to be up on. Okay. So remember I told you guys when Trump came into office, Trump basically took back okay, so this is what was going on. Let me back up. Let me pull up the article first so that I can show you guys and we can go from there. Okay. So this is what was going on. Under the banner of DEI, they tricked Black America into believing that that was something made for us, right? Well, they said it was us and everybody, all the minorities. But the fact of the matter is DEI has never been for Black America. The only thing Black America has attached to DEI is the energy and momentum. Other than that, that is it. Okay. Now, with that being said, what the government was doing was setting aside billions of dollars, billions with the B. They were setting aside billions of dollars for these minorities under the guise of DEI. Now, we all know DEI is an extension of, or another way of affirmative action, all the things we fought for during the civil rights movement, or whatever the case may be. So because we had those DEI programs, they put our face on it, but we don't reap none of the benefits. So what the government was doing was having all these minorities come into America and get all this free school, free tuition, free books, free room and board, free everything. Meanwhile, Black America has been sold that success comes through education, and most of our Black women in particular are running down to these schoolhouses, and we can barely get the Pell Grant. And if we get the Pell Grant, that's it. Everything else is what? A loan, putting us yet behind the curve the moment we graduate college. Not to mention that you probably won't work in your field once you get out anyway. I have a degree in psychology, and here I am. Okay? But the point I'm making is the government had billions of dollars that they were giving to all these minorities. Now let's go to HBCUs. We talked about this before. Every time I see HBCUs and I see clear people at the HBCUs, I see Asians at the HBCUs, I see Hispanics at the HBCUs, and I see the Black people over there championing and clapping and, oh, that's my boy and that's my partner. He just loves Black people. I'm sitting in here saying, no, duck, duck, goose. They getting paid to come to your school. See, they are minorities in an HBCU. An African is a minority at an HBCU. A clear person is a minority at an HBCU. Anybody except a Black American would fall under the category of minority at an HBCU. Now, why is this important? Trump just took money back, but there was billions of dollars allocated only specifically for these foreigners. Now go to HBCUs. Most HBCUs across America, I love HBCUs, but I gotta call it out. The staff be cutthroat and dirty as hell. I know my daughter just graduated from Southern University in Baton Rouge, and I done been to FAMU. I done been to many, many HBCUs. The staff be dirty, low down. They be stealing. Okay. The staff be cutthroat a lot of times. I'm just telling y'all the bad side of it. Also, when it come down to these schools, they don't have the best schools. The dorms be horrible. Mold in the dorms, all type. They don't never put money back into them schools. But they want the graduates to have all the pride. Yet and still, they got billions of dollars to set aside for minorities to come play with you in the band. So they set aside this money for these folks to come and act act like they there because they like you. But the fact of the matter is they ain't there because they like you. They there because it's free. Oh, and by the way, I can play football, or I can get in the band, or I can learn some more black culture so I can learn to capitalize off it and become a millionaire later anyway. That money they put aside during DEI, that's why when y'all was fighting for DEI, oh, I cringed. I cringe because I say y'all are fighting to give away your resources. When you fought for DEI, when you boycott Target for DEI, when anything you do in the name of DEI, you're giving away your own resources. Because DEI means give it to everybody except a nigga. Now, Trump comes in office and pulls back those billions of dollars specifically set aside for minorities. These are the people who you've been stealing and giving your stuff to steal away to. I told y'all, since Trump done took the money back, Black America need to be going down to the schoolhouses. Since we the ones crowding up these colleges, we need to be going down there saying, well, okay, what y'all about to do with all this money? Because Black Americans need more grants. We need books. We need these dorms fixed up. Our cafeteria need better food. We need mold taken. You get it? Now, I saw this article here, and it's talking more about this money. Listen, they keep putting it in your face that there's free money out there, but if Black America get too caught up in their emotions and don't stop and look, I ain't asking you to look with your third eye. I'm asking you to look with the two God gave you. If you stop and look, you'll realize that it's a lot of doors opening for Black America. But if you stay under the guise and the hypnotizing of this media, you're going to keep believing in this bull BS back and forth ping pong between the left and right, and you're going to miss your money. They got money out there. It's money everywhere. And y'all over here fighting each other over what? All right. To get into the article, it says, Department of Education pulls $350 million in grants for minorities serving colleges. Here's what it means for HBCUs. The United States Department of Education has announced it will cut $350 million in discretionary grant funding for minority serving institutions. Now, this is $350 million of grants for just minority serving institutions. Okay? That means the ones who prefer the minorities. And that don't mean Black Americans. That means anybody else. It goes on to say, sparking outrage and concern over how the decision could impact HBCUs. Education Secretary Linda McMahon's office explained that the funding cuts are tied to eligibility rules requiring institutions to have certain percentages of students from specific racial or ethnic backgrounds. The department now considers those rules unconstitutional, calling them discriminatory quotas, and that is a fact. Listen, I know y'all may not believe this or may not feel like this, but it is very discriminatory to say we need to have 20 Mexicans, 20 Blacks, 20 Africans, because now you're taking away opportunity from people who really deserve it. It is definitely unconstitutional. Mind you, they wasn't saying we need 20 Black Americans. They were saying 20 of everything. It's like Noah on the ark. When he was pulling two of the animals, if the white boy was Noah, if the enemy is Noah, he pulled two of everything except two niggas. He pulled two Asians. He pulled two Hispanics. He pulled two crack. You get it? He pulled two of everything except the nigga. That's what DEI means. So then it goes on to say what programs are affected. The grants being cut are not small change. They include federal support for predominantly Black institutions or PBIs, Hispanic serving institutions or HSIs, never heard of that, Asian American, Native American, Pacific Islander serving institutions, Alaskan Native and Native Hawaiian serving institutions, Native American serving non-tribal institutions, minority science and engineering improvement programs. For years, these programs have funded everything from science labs and tutoring centers to faculty training and curriculum development. Colleges often rely on them to support first generation and low income students. Listen, they're lying to you. Listen, they are not giving it to the people of the country and of the what's the word I want to say? They're not giving this stuff to the citizens. This is how they're selling it to you. Oh, well, we giving this to people in the black PBIs and the predominantly black institutions. They're not telling you, they're not giving it to the Black American kids. They're giving it to the minorities, the other minorities. You are not a minority inside of your own institution. Okay? So this stuff that they putting on the Black American platform to get you all aroused up, you thinking you fighting for something for you, when in fact the fact is you fighting for their stuff, for the foreigners, the illegals. It goes on to say, what's left? Not all money is disappearing. About $132 million in mandatory funding is still locked in by law. So some MSIs will continue receiving limited support, but the discretionary $350 million, which gave campuses flexibility to grow programs and meet urgent needs, is gone. And let me say this too. I definitely don't give a damn, because STEM has been locked up by them Indians, locked up by them Asians and them clears. It's hard to get niggas in the STEM. And shout out to my niggas that is in the STEM. I have friends who are engineers. Okay? Actual real life friends who engineers in real life. My nephew an engineer. But I don't give a damn about these institutions because they be locking us out of the programs. We can't get in the STEM like that unless you coming through, for the most part, them fraternities and sororities. So you got to be careful with this. What HBCUs aren't being explicitly targeted in this decision, advocates say the ripple effects are clear. Many HBCUs already operate with smaller endowments than predominantly white institutions, leaving them more dependent on federal grants to cover resources, faculty support, and infrastructure upgrades, taking away discretionary funding to read the to read the res log on the baller alert. It's like the building fund for the church. You know good and well them HBCUs ain't every big word about fixing them schools. If they were, they would have been fixed them. You don't wait till Trump take away the doggone aid to say, oh, we needed that to fix the schools, or we needed that to help with STEM. You needed that to help with STEM for the minorities, for the illegal aliens, and even the legal ones. Okay? There's money hanging in the balance, Black America. You need to be down there at these schoolhouses. Y'all need to be down there on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter and asking the government, now that y'all done took this money back from these foreigners with a hard ER, what y'all about to do with that? We need that. You want your reparations? It's right here for the taking. There's free money out there. Money that you've been fighting to give away. Now it's time you need to take it back. Because I'm fortunate to have a child who have a free 4-year scholarship. She didn't have to pay for school. I and she were fortunate enough to have that. But most Black Americans aren't fortunate enough to have that. I'm in $50,000 in student loan debt. I'm telling you what I know, not what I think. Go down there and find out what's going on with that money. All right. Now, for the final story, let's get into Terrence Crawford, man. First of all, y'all like the video. Like the video, please, and thank you. Like the video. First and foremost, let me say this. Let's get into Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford won his boxing match with Canelo Alvarez. Can I start by saying, let's start there first, because I don't watch boxing. I ain't watched boxing since Tyson left. I'm going to be completely honest. But I want to start right here. Remember I told you this race thing is very, very complex. Let's start there first. Race is very, very complex. Matter of fact, let me see if I could find it on Twitter. Let me find a picture of this man. I want to show y'all something because this is the first thing I saw. Hold on. This man right here, what's his name? Canelo Alvarez, who's cosplaying a $5 Mexican. This man is a white man. This is a lily white man. Now, I know some of y'all are going to say, but voodoo, his name's Canelo Alvarez, and he has Spanish. He speaks Spanish, and he has an accent, and he grew up in Mexico, and I know that's what y'all going to say. That's what y'all always say. But you got to understand race versus ethnicity. This is a lily white man. I don't give a damn where he grew up. I don't give a damn what he eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I damn sure don't give a damn if he speaks Spanish or English. This is a lily white boy. And the fact that his name is Canelo Alvarez and he was up here speaking Spanish and all them $5 Mexicans was in there hollering and screaming looking like Luigi and Mario, I was over here losing my mind. How is this clear man representing Mexico when he don't even look like the $5 Mexicans that's playing the Mexicans? He white is all outside. Matter of fact, him and what's that boxer dude who fought Floyd Mayweather? They look like they could be brothers. But when you understand the way this history thing worked and how them folks came over here, you understand, first of all, the Mexicans you think are Mexicans ain't the real Mexicans. They $5 Mexicans. The real Mexicans black as meat. If you want to call them Mexicans. But even for the $5 Mexicans that's cosplaying, they don't mind having him as a representative because guess what? First of all, they desire to be lily whites. They have this one black relative in the family that they like to hide. And then they go and procreate with each other and make this whole new race of people with the aspirations of being close to the lily white boy. So they don't mind having him on the world stage representing Mexico, even though I'm looking at a redhead, ginger beard, clear man who looked like he drank Modelo's and goddamn St. Pauli girl beer. So you gotta understand. These imposters, these clear people, these fake, all these fake Asians, these fake Mexicans, all these people y'all think are the real people. The reason why they don't mind having other people as their representative because they know they ain't even the real people. So now the Mexican, the original Mexican went from looking like me to a lily white boy. Make it make sense. I just wanted to add that. That was one of the things I saw. Then on top of that, hold on. Then on top of that, Canelo ended up winning the championship, the belts. And I want to first say congratulations to Canelo Anthony. I saw his last fight, or I don't know if I saw it. I'll say I saw some of it or I heard about it or whatever. But either way, this young brother seems so humble, so grounded, so focused, God-fearing, type T's. You know what I'm saying? You could tell he came from a lot of trauma, as we all do. But he has learned, or he seems, because I don't know him, he seemed to have learned to heal his childhood traumas. And the reason I'm saying that, and we're going to get into it, but he seemed to have learned to heal his childhood traumas, right? But, and to me, just like those girls who was winning in the track and field, everything, listen, he won this title from a fake white boy cosplaying as a $5 Mexican, right? The title never belonged to him. The title never belonged to nobody except us because we are the greatest. When Muhammad Ali came out and did all of his talking about I am the greatest, I am the greatest, people took that as arrogance. But what you should have been looking at is he's saying I am and we are. Because if he is the greatest, then I got to be the greatest. It's about your thought process and how you take in information, right? This young brother seemed to be grounded, and it seemed to me that he was very confident going into this fight, that he was going to win this fight, and he seems grateful. And I want to congratulate him first and foremost, but I see something on him. I see a spirit on him, a spirit of gratefulness, a spirit of integrity. And I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I see something. I see somebody stepping into their God body and displaying godlike qualities. This young man fought in 3 different weight classes. I don't think any other boxer has ever done that. Yeah, I don't think any other boxer has ever done that. And he's won in 3 different weight classes. Let me tell you something. When you know you're great, you start pulling out the haters and you start pulling out the friends. The friends and the foe all start coming out. Okay? People who didn't believe in you, people who counted you out, people who thought you were stupid or crazy for doing X, Y, and Z, they all start coming back around. And when I saw after this man won his championship and I saw all of them celebrities in there fanned out like little bitch ass boys, I said to myself, he bringing out the great and the evil. But he seemed so humbled. I seen Angel Reese went backstage with him. He's kind of like to himself. He protects his energy. That man got a godlike quality on him, and all things that belong to us will be given back to us. The earth is repairing itself. That is what's happening. Let's get into this win right quick. Y'all like the video? Look at all these celebrities in the crowd. Pay attention to all them celebrities in the crowd. I'm talking about from the who's who. All of them fanned out. Ooh. Terrence Crawford, he's the next. Ooh. They all looking to siphon that good energy. I hope he don't deal with none of them niggas. You get it? And I love Dave Chappelle, but him neither. Everybody's looking to siphon that good old God-like energy. They see it on them. They smell it on them. They coming out the water like sharks. They can smell it. Coming to the water. Some are coming genuine. Some are coming. A lot of them are coming to smell the blood in the water. Hopefully he protects his energy. He seems like he stick to himself. Yeah, Miss Blue, vampires for sure. That's exactly what they are, vampires. Seriously. Look at Lizzo. Who else in the crowd? Dave Chappelle. Who that is? Chance the Rapper. Tracy Morgan. Everybody in the crowd. Angel Reese. Everybody out there. And again, everybody not coming with ill intention, but there's devils and angels in that crowd. More devils than angels. Hold on. I want to show y'all, hold on really quickly. It's another thing I want to show y'all from the fight. Give me 1 second. This is the most important part. Remember we were talking about childhood trauma? This wraps all this shit up. Shout out to Terrence Crawford, man. And I'm going to have to stop this for copyright. So I'm going to have to talk and stop just for copyright. Listen to me. In this commercial, Terrence Crawford, as we know, is the greatest, right? In this commercial, he talks about how his father spoke life into him and said, hey, boy, you going to be a world champion. But then his mother is also in an interview, and she's talking about how she told him he wasn't shit. He wasn't going to make it. He wasn't going to be nothing. And she even spoke about how she would pay the children in the neighborhood to fight her son in hopes that one of the other kids would beat up her son. And she said every time they tried and couldn't beat him up, he would tell her, Mama, I told you I'm the greatest. Now, why is this important? Because we're going to get into this. We got to start looking at things for what it is. Sometimes the things that's put in our life or the people, even if it's our parents, sometimes the people that's put in our life to hurt us are really put in our life to hurt us, to make us grow. I know this sounds crazy as hell, because I know back in the day, I would tell you, girl, if you don't get your crazy ass from out my face talking about I got to get hurt to grow. But listen to what I'm telling you. There's a yin and a yang to everything. He had a father who spoke life into him, and he had a mother who spoke death into him. But life for Terrence Crawford was about his choice and which path he was going to choose. He had a fork in the road. Terrence Crawford could have easily took that path where his mama was saying you weren't going to be shit, you ain't shit, and da-da-da-da. And he could have just succumbed to his environment and been sitting up here in the chat talking about how he wished he should have, could have, would have. But Terrence decided to, instead of focus his energy on the negative of his mother, put most of his energy into the positive of his father. And just like that, it developed into willpower, and it also developed him into not only being able to forgive his mother, but have his mother by his side to see the rest of his accomplishments. Because this is the thing when it comes to healing your childhood wounds. When you heal your childhood wounds, forgiving, first of all, is never forgetting. Let's start there first. You can forgive somebody and never forget. As a matter of fact, it's recommended to never forget. You know, don't have it consume you, but just don't forget. But I'm saying all that to say, when you heal from that trauma, you can have certain people in your energy and protect your energy and not hold resentment toward that. Because just think, if Terrence Crawford mama didn't disbelieve in his godlike quality, let's say she believed it, he could have possibly grew up and still been great. But let's say she didn't believe it, or she believed it and he didn't have that to push him. You see what I'm saying? Everybody is different. Everybody don't need negativity to push them. I'm one of those people. If you tell me I can't do it, not only am I gonna do it, I'm gonna overdo it just so I can come back and show you, bitch, don't ever tell me I can't do nothing. That's just my personality. I'm fueled by negativity. I'm working on that. That's part of my healing. That's part of my healing childhood trauma. I should not have to be motivated by negativity. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of them are. A lot of us are. So maybe, just maybe, that negative energy that his mother was feeding him was needed to create the Terrence Crawford that we see today. Rather you believe that or not, he has found some sort of healing in it, because in the midst of his congratulatory celebrations, in the midst of all of his achievements, guess who's sitting right next to him? His mama. Only unhealed people would look at Terrence Crawford and say that he's crazy. I know, because when I was unhealed, I would look at Terrence Crawford and say, boy, the last person to be in my corner cheering with me is my mama. But then when I start to heal and I start to go in and I start to do the inner work and I start to understand that God puts a yin and a yang, a good and a bad. He creates it all. Everything has to exist in moderation, but also leveled out. And a lot of it does create the situations, good or bad, that we are in. It's about choices. What do we do with life? He chose to focus his energy on the positive. Take that negative energy coming from my mama, take it, transfer it into positive, and put it into my craft. And now he's the greatest of all time, because no other boxer has done what Terrence Crawford has done. Let's get into a little bit of this commercial. This is a learning lesson. We all got to heal that inner child, that inner childhood trauma. That's the key. And once you start healing that, you're going to automatically, without knowing, start breaking generational curses. Because you're not going to repeat the same thing that was done to you. Because subconsciously, you're going to know, we healed that. We don't do that. We do something different. Let's get into it.
World champ, I told him we wouldn't be.
How'd that make you feel? It filled me with rage.
I paid the kids, I said, if y'all can whoop Bud, I give y'all $10 a piece. Couldn't none whoop him.
Now let me pause. Think about our greats. Serena and Venus. They daddy spoke positivity into them, reassured them, and they came out to be the greatest tennis players of all time. Joe Jackson allegedly put belt to ass on Mike and the brothers. They turned out to be the greatest of all time. Do you understand what I'm saying here? Terrence Crawford had a Joe Jackson and whatever Serena Williams did in them. He had one of each in the same household. Okay? He could have gone either way. The godlike mentality is already in him. He got to tap into that, and I'm pretty positive he does. He could have gone either way, but he chose to harness his energy into the positive. This is what you guys have to do. Listen, this woman sitting here with his mama sitting here saying it with no remorse. Yeah, I told him he wasn't gonna be shit. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I paid them little boys in the neighborhood whoop his ass. None of them. She's saying it because she doesn't even realize the error in her ways, and that's okay. It ain't for you to help her to realize that. It's for you to understand that everybody is here for what they used to say, a reason and a season, even if the reasons are bad, even if the seasons are bad, even if it's your own blood. Sometimes you have to take that negativity, take that negative energy, and instead of honing on it and crying about it, oh, she always cries. Every time I turn around, she's negative. Instead of crying about it, harvest that energy and the positivity and put it towards you and your craft. And then you too can become the greatest. You get it? Now, let's get back into her telling the story. Now pause. She paid $10 to all the kids in the neighborhood to try to fight her boy. Now his daddy giving him positive affirmation, his mama giving him negative. So he taking that positive affirmation and harnessing that energy and that power to make sure he defeat his mama every single fight. Hey, Gigi Boo, love you. He's taking that energy to harvest that negative energy into positive for every single fight. And it is to prove, mama, I told you I'm the greatest. Some of us need the yin and yang to thrive, to tap into the godlike energy. It's almost like some people have to touch the stove to know it's hot versus some people you could just tell them. You see what I'm saying? The point I'm making is this. It worked for him. A lot of you may see what his mama's saying about him because I can and I have, and it triggers you, especially if you have a parent or had a parent like that. It triggers you and it makes you have a bad response, a negative response. Oh, see, she's horrible. I would never have her around me. That's the unhealed childhood trauma. Now, I'm not saying you're going to go through childhood trauma, be healed, and then go back and be friends with a parent or a friend or whoever. I'm not saying that. That's typically up to you. Free will is what you have. However, coming out on the other side of healing, you see things differently. You do. You start to understand things differently. I get it. He don't have no resentment toward his mama, or at least that he's displaying. I'm not inside of his mind. He don't display no resentment toward his mama. His mama be there every step of the way. And do you know, in his mind, he could be saying at every fight, I want my mama there so that she can continue to know that can't nobody beat me. Yeah, like you used to pay them churn in the neighborhood $10 to come whoop my ass. Now that white boy paying $1 million to come whip my ass. You sit in the front row and watch me whip them. Because like I told you as a little boy, they can't beat me. Heal your childhood trauma. Life become easier for you. Your pressure go down, your weight go down, your skin clear up. Hello? Oh, that's a good point. Tina Ray said she prepared him for this. And let me tell you something. If you don't learn from your trials and tribulations, you will always repeat them. When your mama is the hardest person on you, can't a nigga in the world say nothing to you to hurt your feelings. Do you hear me? When you have gone through a situation where your biggest enemy was your mama, if you can come over that, it ain't a bitch, a nigga bitch, or a bitch nigga could tell you nothing. They can't even penetrate your feelings. So prepare you for it is an understatement. That's giving you a badge of, a coat of armor that you will never ever get from nowhere else. I'm talking about bulletproof, bomb-proof, rocket-proof. You want some armor on your back? Have it be your mama or your father. One of your parents be your worst enemies. I tell you what, you want a shield. It makes him the strongest man in the room. It literally makes him the smallest, but the strongest man in the room. And y'all got to forgive y'all parents too. They got a lot of childhood trauma, unhealed childhood trauma they not dealing with. Keep that into consideration when you mad about whatever's going on with your parents, when you mad about whoever hurting you. A lot of them are walking around with unhealed childhood trauma. Let's finish off this video. I can't play the music. But look at his mom in the audience. Front row. Every game, mama was in the audience, front row. That might be his motivation. That might be what make him get in that ring and tap into his God-like mentality and say, I'm going to show her again and again and again and again. Or he's fully healed and he doesn't care. He just wants his mama there because regardless of what she did to me, she's still the woman who birthed me and brought me into this world. It's her genes. It's her ancestry that put me in this God-like body, that put me in this God-like mind, that put me in this ring. Maybe he's that healed. This only sounds strange to people who ain't healed. And this is not a dig. It's just a fact. I'm still working on me. I need y'all to work on y'all. Listen, when you understand how this domino effect works, heal that inner childhood trauma. Congratulations to Terrence Crawford. He did his big one. He is the world champion. All things taken from us will be given back to us. It is given back to us. Everything done to us, all rights will be wrong. It's happening now. It ain't gonna happen in the future. It ain't gonna happen in 100 years. It's happening now. You need to tap in and do that genealogy. Get out there, do your grounding. Get out there, do your meditating, and do your genealogy most importantly. Ask God, ask the ancestors, the spirit, whoever you pray to. Ask them to remove negative energy. Ask them to remove negative energies, negative spirits, negative people. Ask them to replace those things with positive thoughts, positive affirmations, positive abundance. Ask for all of that. You will get it if you go in with pure intentions. And it's a fact. And it's a fact. If you go in with pure intentions, you will get everything you want. Tisha, thank you for the super chat. Says Texas A&M arrested black woman and expelled her for saying something racist or something against Charlie Kirk. Get out them folks' school, child. That's unfortunate. I feel bad for her. Thank you for the super chat. Love Wisdom, thank you for the super chat. Says, thank you, Vu. I told folks stop saying white supremacy. They not supreme. Words cast spells, and you're giving them unnecessary power. Facts. And this is going back to what I said earlier in the stream if you came in later. I'm telling you guys, we have to get out of it. Stop keep saying white supremacy, white supremacy, white supremacy. If you understand the subconscious, you're training yourself to think subconsciously that they are supreme. They are higher than you. There ain't no white supremacy. There are actions, but there are no white supremacy. Get rid of the word. Get rid of the term. You're training yourself to be beneath them when you tell them they practicing white supremacy. You making them supreme. Throw the word away. You're training your brain how to view them. You don't want to train your brain how to do them, how to view them like that. Danielle with the 3 grandkids. Hey, beautiful. Thank you for being a member for 17 months. I miss you. Says, hey, cousin, just finished my genealogy on my mama's side up to 1602 and found my ancestors fought in the Battle of New Orleans. Wow. New Spain and New France. Yo. That is dope AF. You got family that fought in the Battle of New Orleans. You know, it kind of reminded me of when I found out I had family who fought in the Seminole War. Like, that's crazy. Congratulations, man. Listen, let me tell y'all something. It's hidden gems in every single one of y'all genealogy. Well, most of y'all. Now, I ain't gonna lie, it's hidden gems in every single one of y'all genealogy. And not just in Black America and in North America, South America, the Caribbean. All y'all gotta go back and do y'all genealogy. Find out who you are, where you are in the story. You'll be surprised what you about to learn, man. You would be surprised. It give you a different era of pride about yourself. You see what I'm saying? Deborah Coleman, thank you for being a member. Copeland, I'm sorry. Thank you for being a member for 16 months. Says, Boo, did you see where group Clips out of Norfolk, Virginia, 757 was the first group to perform at the Vatican? I saw that. I didn't quite understand what was going on. Now, I know the Vatican ain't that Catholic stuff. That kind of went over my head. They looked cute, though. I saw the clips. They was handsome. I seen them. They was cute, girl. I was like, oh. I ain't know which one I liked. It back in the days. I liked the one with the braids. But when I seen them come out at the Vatican, I was like, girl, I'll take any one of them. Braids up all head. Okay. All right. Pure Joy, thank you for the super chat. Says, Boo, my mama told me to drop dead on my 30th birthday. Felt like somebody kicked me in my stomach. On her deathbed, she apologized to me. I forgave her and she passed away with me lying on her chest. That is so beautiful. Let me tell you something, man. Words are spells, man, and they are very powerful. You know, my grandma told me a story about her saying that she wished one of her mama's children that she was pregnant with died. And she said that baby died. Listen. My grandma told me this story. She said, do I even have it? She said that her mama was with this other man and she didn't want her mama to have this baby by this other man. And she said, I wish that baby died. And my grandma said that, but she was a little bitty girl. She was a little girl when they were kids. So let's be clear. And she said her mama lost her baby. Okay. And she said from that moment on, she knew her words were powerful. Now, let me fast forward to you. I'm giving y'all a little bit of my personal tea. Let me fast forward a bit. I ain't gonna say who I'm gonna say it. I don't care. I gotta say it. No, I ain't gonna do it. Fast forward, things were said. My mother has had powerful words. I'll go there. And because listen, I didn't know this. I'm putting this 2 and 2 together. I've always been very, very careful with my words. I knew from a little bitty girl, you got to be real careful with the words that come out your mouth. Because I've always said, ooh, words are powerful. If I say that, it could really come true. Now, mind you, I'm just learning Saturdays when I had a 2-hour conversation with my 85-year-old grandmother. My grandmother be 85 this year. God willing, she be 85 December 27th. Now, me and my grandma sat down and talked on the phone for 2 whole hours. And my grandma told me that story. And I started thinking back to me being a little bitty girl saying, wow, like I've always been cautious with my words as far as saying stuff because I don't want, you know what I'm saying? Like, so for instance, when I'm calling out for work, I would never lie and say my mama was sick, or I would never lie and say, I would never put bad juju on living people. Hell, I wouldn't even put it on Saint. I wouldn't even lie and say Saint got a doctor's appointment. Hell no. Because I understood before this conversation with my grandmother, I understood that my words have power. Now, let me backtrack. This is just a personal between me and y'all. This is between me and y'all. This is how I know my words got power. 19 years old, having my baby. I was 19 when I got pregnant. I got pregnant on my 19th birthday. And I had my baby at 19, okay? December 30th, 2002, okay? I remember the doctor came in, her blood pressure was raising up. And they said, oh, we're going to have to roll you into C-section. And I said, C-section? Please don't roll me into C-section. Oh, well, her pressure's too high. We don't get her out. She could seize or stroke or you know how they do. Y'all know any woman who's had children, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know how they do. So I'm terrified. I'm 19, nigga. 19. So the people, the nurse come in, they prepping me, they shave me, they shave my vagina, the top of all of that, all what they about to cut. Listen, I've never had a C-section. Let's start there first. But I'm telling you what happened. They shaved me down, put the stuff on. The people coming in there, they getting ready to, and I'm crying as they share. I'm talking about real boo-hoo tears. I did not want to get a C-section. And it took for me to say, girl, close your eyes and ask God to save you from this C-section. And y'all, I got a brother and sister who passed. And if I'm lying, they could come and take me today. I laid in that bed and I said, Lord, please don't let these people cut me. Please don't let me get no C-section. And when I tell you the doctor walked back into that doggone room and he got ready to roll me in and I said, sir, can you please just check the pressure one more time? That man checked that blood pressure and my baby literally came. The blood pressure was perfect, damn near elevated to normal. This is the point I'm making to you. Since I have been tapping into my own spiritual awareness, my own spiritual power, learning my gifts, understanding my gifts, figuring out who I am, not only today, who my ancestors were prior to me, learning where I'm getting certain gifts from, learning how to communicate with my family, with my ancestors, with God. All these things are happening right now as we speak, right? But as I'm putting these things together, as I'm on this healing journey, I'm starting to realize that the things that didn't make sense, if I just stop, ask myself the question, right? The universe is literally going to throw the answer in my face. I was literally saying, how do I get these quote unquote gifts that I have? I literally asked, how did I meditate and I close my eyes and I literally talk to myself. If you're not literally talking to yourself, you're doing it wrong. You literally have to talk to yourself. I asked, who am I? Where did I get this? And me and my grandma sat on the phone randomly for 2 hours and I got answers to about 80% of my questions. Tap in, not out. The enemy got you to tap out. That's why we all fucked up right now. Okay? Tap in. The answers for everything you need is in. It ain't out. It's in. And I put that on everything I love. And I am a witness. And at some point in time, we'll do some more spiritual journey talking and maybe do some stuff and all that. But I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I know. And I'm going to share my journey with y'all because I feel like it could help the next person, man. This shit is real. When Jay-Z said in that song, I told my wife this spiritual shit really works, that nigga wasn't lying. And with that being said, I'm about to Joce y'all up out here. I'll catch y'all tomorrow on the next one. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. I got baddies coming on later on at the dollhouse. Love on yourself first, then love on each other. Black America first before anybody. Said what I said. Love y'all. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we love. For your boy, for your boy. Also for your